If you're afraid to quit drinking or using substances, this might be exactly what you need to hear. This is not going to be some scare tactic or a morality thing. This is really just about how we sort of think that fear is a signal that it's not time yet, that we're not ready. And the truth of the matter is that thought process will only keep you stuck. Fear loves to show up right at the moment when you're at the threshold of change. It wants to protect you and stop you, but you know better deep down inside. We're going to talk more about that today. Hey there, I'm Jennifer Sack, and I help people transition into their sober lifestyle by taking out the fear revolving around it, ending that mental tug of war, and helping them move into their sober lifestyle with confidence, clarity, and courage. Today, we are talking all about the fear that arises right when you're about to cross that threshold, even maybe when you're just considering it and you're like, man, I don't know. Let's put that one on the back burner. A lot of times we'll feel like this fear just means we're not ready or it's not the right time. We think, well, if I were ready, this would feel just like a calm decision, a grounded decision moving forward. And that's bullshit because you're never going to feel totally ready until you either hit a wall and you've had enough of yourself and your own mental tug of war, or you just realize that there is no other way. You're not really going to feel ready. You're going to fear it. You don't want to change. This is our nervous system trying to protect us. We are trying to protect our identity. It's really a self preservation method kicking in from a fear based place of yourself because the real you knows deep down that it's got you no matter what. That's not the one that shows up, is it? The one that knocks at the door loud and clear is the one that is terrified to change. It's your ego. It's all the beliefs that you have around your identity as a person who uses or drinks or whatnot. It's the fears around your social life changing. It's the fears around a new way of being that is the unknown, the unfamiliar. And so your nervous system says, "Wait a tick, let's not do that yet." It kind of keeps you in that mirage of like, we will, sure, someday we'll get there. And then you procrastinate on it because you're afraid. You think it's not the right time, or else you'd feel this like peace around it. You won't. You really won't. Even when you make a firm decision, you're going to be scared. Well, you move forward anyway. Fear is not really something to fear. Fear is a normal reaction, and it's something that you can work with. And you just need to befriend it and realize it's just trying to protect you, but that it's not doing you any favors. It's holding you back. I want you to think about any time in your life that you may have done something that even when you were afraid. Anything, something even super simple. Think about riding a bike when you're a kid. Like you were probably afraid to fall, but you were so excited by the adventure that you just did it anyway, or you wanted to keep up with your friends or older sibling or someone else who was doing it. So you did it anyway, even though you were afraid. And what result did that yield? You learned how to ride a bike. It's really the same. There's many things in our life that we are afraid to do. And I think it's so important to realize that the fear itself has no real power. It's just showing you something. It's just showing you something deeper. It's the one inside you that wants to doubt, that has a little bit of disbelief that you can do it, that is afraid of anything that it's ever heard that has happened to anybody else when they try. It might happen to you, but it's really just trying to protect you. Now, fear can be good because it keeps us from doing really stupid shit, but it also is something that keeps us stuck in cycles that keeps us procrastinating. And there's probably many ways, if you really look at it, that in your life you allow fear to hold you back from getting into relationships, perhaps, or going for that new promotion, or taking any sort of financial venture that seems exciting, but you know has potential pitfalls. There's a lot of things in your life that you'll probably realize you allow fear to keep you in the same place, to not allow you to progress. So this is probably not just specific to drinking or using substances for you. This is probably a pattern that you employ in many areas of your life, or a tactic that you do, using fear as a cue that it's not time, you're not ready, it's not right. And there are times when we need to go with our gut, right? When we have an instinct. But there are times when we need to differentiate. Is this gut instinct, or is this just initial nervous system fear? Something that's afraid to change, afraid of the unknown. So you have to really question where is this coming from? What is the fear from? I have a really great workshop too that you should watch. It's a free online workshop called Enough is Enough. I'll leave the link in the description. And it really goes through all the fears specific to moving into your sober lifestyle and what holds us back and keeps us stuck. And some of that too is the fear of just not having your coping mechanism that you're used to. So that's a legitimate fear because you are afraid of not being able to cope without that. But it's not true that you cannot. So fears can tell us things, but they're not truths all of the time. You have to really take that venture for yourself to disprove something. And I never would encourage you to do something totally dangerous. Like, don't be afraid, jump off that, cliff, you'll be fine. No, but I can tell you from personal experience and having been sober for 5 years now, after decades of substance abuse, of complete and utter just mental tug of war all the time, and trying for years in and out of sobriety to get sober, moderating all the things that do not work. Now having had this time under my belt, I can tell you sobriety it's not dangerous. It's quite helpful. The scariest part is just making that decision to change. But once you've made that decision to change, you've already moved through the biggest fear. And then the other little fears will pop up as you transition and move forward into your sober lifestyle. And those are ones that you can look at and notice that they're not gut instincts. They are just a voice of you, a little one inside you that's just really afraid of the unknown, of what it will be like. How will I this? How will I that? What will this look like? What might change? But the only way to quiet those fears is to move through and see and really just disprove one by one that they're not reasons to hold you back and that this can be something that is actually quite exciting and quite beneficial for you. So, the advice I wish I would have followed years ago is to not wait for the fear to go away before you choose. Choose anyway, move forward anyway. And you can not resist those fears. Don't pretend they're not there. Acknowledge them. Notice them. Say, I see you. Thank you for trying to protect me. But we're going to do this and we're going to see what happens and let it unfold. When you stop resisting the fear and you just acknowledge it, befriend it a little bit, it really loses a ton of its power. And that is so freeing. So freeing. Again, watch that free online workshop if you are sober curious because it's going to blow your mind and really help support you. And that's all I care about at this point. So, all right, my friends, I will see you on the next one.